drains on this side. There's a different one. Coolant drains right under the radiator right there.
Coolant drain is under there, apparently. What's that yellow valve there? Real close to the door?
Real close to, no, this is the oil, that's oil. That's oil drain.
Okay, so that yellow valve needs to be in that up position?
Yep, closed. If it's going with the hose, it's open. If it's up, it's closed.
Spark plugs? This thing's got spark plugs, right?
Yep.
All over there.
Spark plugs, 6 cylinders, 6 spark plugs. Belts and hoses, similar to what would be on a car.
Yep.
It pretty much covers it.
Where's the ignition?
Screwing with me. Right here. There's the ignition system. Without any questions on the generator. You have my phone number. If you have any questions, feel free to call me.
Where's the maintenance bay? Where's the what? Maintenance bay?
In the manual.
Those would be in the closeout document?
They would be in the closeout document. Any issues with manuals, give me a call. I can get you electronic manual. Anything you'd like to have.
So then that goes on there, and then you shut all the doors and lock them?
That's right. They're closed when they're down. They're vertical, they're closed. When they're parallel with the ground, they're open. That's closed. That's closed.
And it automatically locks?
No. No. It's not automatic.
Okay.
That's it.
So now what? We'll go inside?
Go look at the transfer.
Somebody shut that off.
This is the natural gas shutoff valve. If this is down, you have no natural gas. If it goes with the pipe, you've got gas flow. Down, no flow. With the pipe, gas flow. Generator won't work unless it's got natural gas.
So it always should be in that position?
Always should be in that position. Unless they're maintaining it or working on it. This is the automatic transfer switch. This device transfers the load from the building to the generator and vice versa. This device looks at the utility, and if the utility drops away completely or falls out of its set parameters, it's going to tell the generator to start, and it's going to transfer the load. On the front panel of this switch, you have some very interesting information. It's going to tell you in the top part here what's operating. It's going to say, in this case, utility is available. We're currently on the utility, and the generator is not running. Down below here we have switch position. On the right hand side it says utility. We're connected to the utility. If it was on the left hand side, we'd be connected to the generator. And then it says the system is ready. If that light's not lit, we've got a problem. Probably a comm issue, something like that. But if that light's not lit, there's a problem. So this needs to be on your normal to-do list, is to make sure that light's lit. You can test the system by pushing that button. You can override the testing parameters by hitting fast test. So if you push test, it's going to go through the exercise program, the time delays that are set up, that are programmed within the system. If you hit this fast test, you bypass all those time delays, and it just immediately goes back to utility. There's a button here also for returning to normal. If you're on the generator and utility is available, that light's lit. Push that button and it'll go back to utility. And there's a reset button. So on the front panel, key things: what position the switch is available, or what position the switch is in, and what source is available. So if it's going through its time delays and you're really motivated to get this thing on, and it says the generator and the utility are available, you can transfer it from this panel. On the inside of the panel, the transfer switch, there's some key information. Maintenance disconnect switch, another key point. If that's not in auto, this switch will not work. The purpose of that is for when a guy's working on it, that he can disable it.
Safely work.
And this isn't going to go back and forth. So that has to be in auto. Key point. Other things that are going on here. On the left-hand side of this, there's a motor that drives this switch from one side to the next. So for right now, by example, this says on the bottom, off, standby, utility on. So that's what that's saying, as well as what says up front. It says that, you know, we're connected to utility. We've got some verification that that's the case. So if that says on, we're connected to the utility. If that says on, we're connected to the generator.
So they never both say on.
They should never say both say on. Absolutely not. The switch also has the capability to be manually transferred. So if there was a problem, you could disable this. There's a breaker that on the generator that we showed you. You would open that breaker, and you would open the breaker that feeds this switch, and then you would manually transfer it with this handle on that nut on the back side there. But key point here is you cannot transfer this switch with load. You have to open both breakers. So you would transfer it manually, then you go out and close that breaker.
When would somebody do that?
You know, 10 years from now, maybe the motor goes. That's what you would do. For some reason, it didn't do its job.
You have to manually.
You would have to come in and manually test it. Or manually transfer it. Any questions? I think we'll go back over quickly the critical points. Utility available, standby operating. Generator's not running, so that's not lit. Switch position, utility is connected. Generator is not connected. And the system is ready. Critical information. And any problems, 24/7, 1-800, 1-888-637-7100. Good.
Oh, yes, we are just going to.
We are.
You're only going to have me here once unless you call me back.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe.